lost on an alien planet. And time is counting down quick, only a few hours to find the portal and get back to Earth or risk being trapped here forever. Which means Fitz has to find Will. Ward and the Hydra team are looking for the ancient Inhuman. And Coulson, he's looking for revenge. All this on the mid-season finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3, Episode 10. Maveth. I should have made that left turn at Albuquerque. All right, spoilers ahead, just so you've been warned. Now, we got a lot of things that tie up with this episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. Since last season, they've really moved into an area of doing kind of really two mini seasons, the fall season and the spring season. They really tend to tie up a lot of storylines in the mid-season finale and then just leaving a few hints to come forward for the rest of the season, which will be leading up towards, of course, Civil War and all of those instances. Now, tonight's episode, again, really just snapping up with everything that's been going on. Back on Earth, we have Mac, who is the acting director right now, really getting the team together to take the castle and to hold the portal so that Coulson and Fitz can get back safely. And Mac is actually really good, is really good in this role as taking over as director. He's got a lot of heart, he doesn't like secrets, and he is intent on returning the team back to Coulson in as much of a full picture as he can, which means he's not taking any chances. So it's really nice as everyone is kind of scrambling of what do we got to do, where are we going to go, the Mac really steps in just firmly and strongly and just says, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're going to go here, you're going to go here, we're all going to get this together. It's a really nice move for the character who's been kind of just the mechanic in the background, really moving forward and stepping up and showing why Coulson has put Mac in charge. And then we get a nice few stuff with the Secret Warriors. Now, I have to say, for a hyped big season battle finale against Hydra, there wasn't really a whole lot of combat. A lot of stuff happened off screen, small stuff, but still really nice to see. Joy walking through, he's great. He can just melt metal, allow you to walk through those barred up areas. That's really nice. And I love the fact that he's kind of the new person into this. Chloe Bennett as Daisy was in the first season was kind of the new character that we get to kind of laugh and enjoy with as she's discovering all these new things about being an agent. Joey has kind of walked into that role as well. I mean, even in the beginning when he's asking, okay, are we saving the Inhumans, or are we rescuing Coulson, or is it a combo, or are we mixing things up? Just kind of naps. And his joy of finding out that he is bulletproof because he can melt metal around him when he throws himself to block Daisy in the midst of the Hydra battle and gets shot at, but then the bullets melt right in front of him. Just really nice as his kind of joy of discovering that. Also just the big metallic blotches on his chest was kind of fun to see. But really with the Hydra stuff back in London, really the main big things we have is the return of Andrew, the return of Lash, that Gemma runs into in her escape as soon as the lights went out. And again, nice little bits there. While the team outside is working, Gemma is working inside. Everyone is doing their part. It's a really nice, moving episode with all of those pieces. But we've got the return of Lash. Now, Gemma is kind of forced to let him out to protect herself. And of course, Andrew's a psychiatrist. He knows how to manipulate people. And now that he's got his dark side in him, he is definitely someone that you can't trust. As the episode goes on, of course, he kills the guards that are coming after Gemma, but then off screen we find that he just goes and takes out all the Inhumans that were waiting for the creature to return and use as his army. Which again is another one of those off-screen kind of battles and sequences that would have been nice to see. But realistically, there are a lot of special effects that go on to this episode. We have the Inhuman stuff, we have the metal melting around, we've got Lincoln's powers, we've got Daisy's powers, we've got the portal, we've got the airship, there's a lot of visual effects. So to take that and do that all off screen so that we get a chance to kind of just really move story forward, I think was a good choice. Yeah, we would like to see a lot of bigger, badder, more explosive, fancy combat sequences and fights and things like that. We want to see the powers being used. But this is a TV budget. They've got to use their time and their effects intelligently. And while I would like to have seen more, I think they made good choices because it really focused a lot of the energy into the rest of the story and what's going on. So back on the planet, we have Fitz leading Ward and the Hydra team with Coulson far behind. And I really enjoy how Fitz is messing with Ward kind of the entire time. I mean, in the very beginning, he makes a move to try and get Ward's gun, which of course isn't going to work. Ward he's a specialist. That's combat is what he does. He can't kill Fitz. He needs Fitz to find the portal back and as a apparent sacrifice for the creature. So he can't really hurt Fitz, and Fitz uses that against Ward as much as possible, just jabbing at him constantly. Whenever Ward tries to come up with a new jab to get at Fitz, he really just shoots it down. My favorite one is when they actually find Will in the little underground place, and Ward looks around and sees the second bed and goes, "Oh, so that's how Gemma kept Ward on all those cold nights." Fitz just shoots back and grow up, Ward. Yeah, really, that's the juvenile humor is not appreciated here, and there's no need for it. So if we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of the episode, we're talking about the entity, the ancient inhuman on the planet. And we start to get a little insight into him as Will is talking about the original inhabitants of the planet. But that also starts to clue us into, how does he know this? There's only one way he could know this, is if he was the entity, which of course ends up being the case. By the way, zombie leg, ew! And not sure if a hand-to-hand fight against an ancient inhuman is really the best move, but you know, Fitz was kind of caught in a tough position. Certainly body blows against being walking around with their bones sticking out of their leg probably isn't going to do a whole lot. Sorry, Fitz. But it was nice to kind of see that opened up, give us the insight that the entity inhabits dead beings. And that could have been why there's been so many sacrifices over the years, is that's actually how this creature survives. It has to inhabit a new body in order to perpetuate. So obviously he took over Will's body, Will dying while trying to get Gemma off the planet. So, noble way to go. Thanks, Will. Sorry you got possessed. So Fitz and the entity are fighting it out as Coulson and Ward are fighting it out. And there was kind of a nice, I mean, creepy, yes, but nice, interesting, peaceful insight into Ward, backing up just a little bit, as Coulson is marching him off to try and find Fitz. Probably should have just killed Ward straight off, but of course he doesn't know where Fitz is going, so he does kind of need Ward in order to do that. But it was kind of interesting with Ward having his little reflective moments after he saw the big sculpture in the desert on the planet that looked like giant Hydra symbol. He sees that, and for him, he's starting to think, maybe my life has meaning. You know, it was interesting how he was talking about that he had falsely gotten into Hydra when he was looking for answers or looking for closure with his revenge, which was interesting, being that that's exactly what Coulson is doing right now. Though I don't think Coulson is looking for closure so much as trying to just stop a threat. I think Coulson might be beyond that, knowing that nothing that he does is really going to bring Rosalind back. There is no actual closure. And Malik hit that point for Ward last episode, that searching for closure is a small-brained, small-minded idea. You've got to look at the bigger picture. So as while creepy, kind of nice that Ward as a character gets that kind of moment of peace and acceptance before the big finale and his crushing defeat by Coulson. Sorry. By the end of it, Coulson finally defeats Ward and, in kind of a dark moment for him, crushes his chest and kills Ward. Again, with this, I don't believe he was so much going for revenge as really trying to take care of a threat. And this is an evolution for Coulson. In first season, he probably would have brought him back. Second season, maybe even the same. He wanted Ward to suffer, but I don't think he was really looking at the point that he had to take him out. By this point, after everything with Bobby, and especially after Roz, really, Ward doesn't have a future. I was curious how they were going to maintain the character. And with this change and reveal, I think that they have found a really interesting way to keep Brett Dalton around, keep Ward's character around, but in a completely new rendition, in a completely new package. And for that sense, he is now possessed by the entity, and he is back on Earth, which is where we leave this episode and take our break. Lot of things up in the air here. We have a successful mission by the Secret Warriors. We've got most of the team back. We've got reunited, Daisy had her moment with Lincoln, Fitz and Gemma, while Gemma's still going to be suffering from the loss of Will, at least now has the open door for the two of them to kind of progress and move forward. Coulson's having to suffer, and May too. It was hard enough with Andrew at the ATCU in stasis effectively. Now he is loose and he's dangerous. He is going to be, which is nice. I thought they'd kind of wrapped up Lash a little quick. I like the fact they're going to continue to bring him forward, and he is definitely going to cause a lot of problems. But if Hydra is trying to kidnap and then use Inhumans, Lash might have some middle ground of assistance because he's taking out Inhumans. He might, in a way, be a useful tool, but he's crazy, and I think we all accept that. Even May was saying, I don't think there is a difference now between Andrew and Lash, and we're going to see a lot more of that forward. Plus, how is Coulson really going to deal with what he has done? He killed Ward, and then he pulled off his hand and dropped it like that was like the gun that you shoot someone with. This was the killer entity, and I'm going to drop this out. He's never felt right with his prosthetic hand, so this might be a way to move forward. I really am curious if they're going to use, was it Rosalind Cho from Age of Ultron and the whole cradle of rebuilding body parts, if that might be a way that Coulson will get his hand fixed. I don't know. They'll probably stay with the robotics bit. But interesting to see how he is going to bring that forward. And then, of course, when Ward reappears, because he's going to, in the guise of this entity, is he going to feel blame for it, that if he had brought Will back, the entity might have been trapped on the planet? That's a lot of ifs. But, we'll have to see. Now, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming back on March 5th. That's when it was originally scheduled to. That is not changing. The push of Agent Carter to the 19th because of the State of the Union address means Carter is just going to run straight through and then run right into S.H.I.E.L.D., and then S.H.I.E.L.D. will pick up on March 5th and then move forward straight until the end of the season in May. So, get a little bit of break here, and then it is going to be just a constant run from about mid-January onward. I will be doing Agent Carter reviews because it's S.H.I.E.L.D., it's Marvel, and I'm going to continue that forward. And then we'll have a few other movies. God, there's just so much is happening next year. 2016 is just going to be an incredible year for Marvel, for comics, for movies, DC. Everything is it's exploding, and I'm really excited. I hope you are as excited too. So, I hope you enjoyed my ranting and raving for this first half of the season. Please press like. Please press like. Please let me speak English as well. Press like if you enjoyed what I have to say. Comments in the section below, always appreciated. Hit that subscribe button. Come back every week. Enjoy these reviews. Let me know how you would like it better, and I will make those adjustments. You can catch me on Twitter. I'm at Darren Jakes. In the meantime, I guess I gotta find out where my... Oh, there's my car. So, I'm D, and I'll see you guys next time. By the way, Force Awakens in just over a week. That's gonna be awesome. Woohoo! I love the Tatooine reference from Coulson. Couldn't forget saying that. Anyway, you guys take care. I'm out of here. Hey, thanks for watching. If you'd like to check out a few of my other videos, just click on the links above. There's my Big Lebowski Arrow crossover, League of Abiders, reviews of The Walking Dead, and one of my first parody commercials, first-person shooter, Action Assault Kit. Enjoy. Now I know how Les Stroud feels.